Okay, back with this Raspberry Pi 4, and it came find it. It came with this basic case, which was absolutely fine. Had no issues with that until I realised that I wanted to use the camera port, which is this ribbon cable, and of course this has got no cutouts whatsoever for that. I was also quite surprised how warm this gets in use. I'm only running Octoprint on it, but thought long term it might need some heat sinks and maybe a fan. I also noticed this yesterday and I can't believe it. Have a look at the words just there. I don't know whether that's in focus. Made in the UK. I can't believe that at all. That has been made in the UK. I didn't think we made anything like this anymore. So yeah, that's a shocker. I thought all of this came out of China. Anyway, back to the point. There's a lot of different cases with fans, etc. on Amazon and eBay, and I just went for this one yesterday. It's an armour case with dual fan. It was a tenner. I don't understand how they can do this sort of thing for £10. So, S2PI armour case series. In this case it's the armour case with dual fan. Looks like we have some important details here. There's some heatsink pads and they are all different thicknesses, so it's going to be important to get them in the right place. I'll just show you the instructions there. Nothing too taxing, I'm sure. But yeah, let's have a look. As usual with all these things, it's well packed. How can they do this for 10 quid? So we have an aluminium heatsink, nice machined finish. I'm assuming that is the heatsink area. 2 fans. I don't expect them to be particularly quiet. I mean, you couldn't buy 2 fans for a tenner, could you really? And then we've got 5 screws, sorry, little Allen key. The heat sinks with various sizes and various thicknesses, that's going to be important, as I said. And another aluminium piece with nice machined finish and heatsink area there. Unbelievable, 10 quid. So let's see if we can get this together on camera. Actually, there's not really any instructions on putting it together. Is it? No, it's just a sort of before and after picture. Don't know why that's there. Definitely appears to be that way. Oh, actually, no. Right, well, this can only go one way, surely. So let's just have a quick look at that. And then that will obviously line up with that. So that looks correct. We've got the slots for the ribbon cables, we've got the cut out there for those 4 pins, which I'm assuming, actually no, the fan probably plugs in onto this header. Is it showing us that? Yes, it is, so it's all good. It's just a question of putting the right heatsink sticky pads in place. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, we've got 4 different sizes there. Sorry, 4. We've got 2 the same. Did it show 4? I thought it showed. Oh no, it does show 4. Okay, so the thickest one is obviously going to be for number 1. It is. Good point, actually. What the hell is that going over? It's going over all 3 chips. Really? Yeah, it certainly is. So that one is going over the chip, so you can see here. And then you've got a number 2, which is 0.5. Looks like the thinnest one. 2 is going on the main processor there. And on the back side, oh I see, right, yeah. They want the back side of the thing called, oh no, that is for a Pi 3 actually. So that is not correct. We don't need to do that. I see why that is on there now. So Pi 4 only has these 2 pads, and the Pi 3 has the other combination of pads. Okay. Okay, so actually pretty straightforward. So let's get the main one done here first of all. So let's see, that's how that one's gone. Take the cover off in a minute. Number 2 is 0.5 thickness, so that is that tiny one there. Super thin, that one. And we'll just pop that onto there. Okay. Yeah, so that's it really. We're just going to sit that on there. Take the, oh, the pad's just coming straight off. Okay, let's try it. Take the other side off. Maybe one side is sticky and one side is not so. Yeah, they're not particularly sticky, they're just gonna have to stay in place until we bolt it all up. Okay, so done. Just going to line those screws up, so that's how it's going to be. I think that spins round the other way. Yeah, of course it does, because of the fan. these screws out, all the same size and length. Try and hold these together without them falling apart. Well, I thought that was it, but clearly not. Jeez. Well, honestly, not as easy as you might think. I'm missing something here. Yeah, I think the problem is it's just not quite in the right place. Right, I'll just nip all of them up again now. Right, so there we go. That is that. Now, I did hear complaints about this looking... oh, you know what? I've made a bloody howler here, haven't I? And what is the howler? Well, I haven't fitted the bloody cable. What I should have done was fitted the cable before we put all this together. I was thinking I could fit the cable afterwards. Well, of course, you cannot access the clips. So, yeah, schoolboy error. I wonder if we're now going to trash the heatsink material, or whether that will come apart. It's come apart, okay. Alright, so we are just going to pull up the tabs either side. And we're going to feed this through there. Make sure we get that round the right way. So blue has got to be facing the... blue has got to be touching the darker bit of plastic. Okay, we just make sure that looks good, which it does. And we'll start again. Don't envisage using a touch screen on this, otherwise I can put another cable straight in there. Okay, this is lining up perfectly this time because there's indentations already in the little pads we've put on. Right, we'll just nip those up again. Or not. There we go. God, bloody fiddly. Okay, so now we've got to just make sure these cables go in the correct way. And how are we looking at this? Looks like we're looking at it from there. So red is the second one in, black is the third one in. So that should be it. Yep, second and third. So as you can see, we've got the red to the second pin, black to the third pin. We should be good to go. It's a nice heavy unit now. Just wondering if we'd benefit from any little feet on here just to stop that sliding around. And that other case did have some feet, but I don't know whether we can transfer them without the glue coming away. Let's have a look. Got one there. Another one there. And one there. See if that helps. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we'll just pop the card back in. There we go. And we will grab the camera and we'll go and plug this in and fire it up and just check the noise. You see, can you even see that? I think you probably can. So RJ45. If you watch the earlier video about why the certain 3D printers, when they're turned off, the screen's still on, well, that's because of the power coming from things like this. And I just discussed about blanking off the 5 volts, which you can see I've done on this one perhaps. So I'm just going to have to be careful when that goes in. There we go. We have the power. Just make sure those wires are not touching the fan. I'm going to feed the camera back through there. Untwist the cable and we'll be good to go, hopefully. That twisted. Let's go back to here. There we go. Alright, so let's just pull that down there. Seal that, and if you can see that, can you? Yeah. Just going to fire this up, see what sort of noises we get. Well, I'm really close to this and I cannot hear those fans at all. I'll put my ear right close to it. Oh, you can just hear the quietest, the whirring noises. So that's absolutely perfect. Very pleased with that. So Geeekpi image is on here, so that will be loading up now. Activity light's gone out, so should be able to go back over to the computer and just fire that up. Just going to connect, see if it's running. So it's offline after error, and yeah, I think we're okay. Let's see if I can get that camera there. I'm just going to go and move the camera so I can make sure we've got a live image there. Nope, moving the camera, but it's not connected, so still not connected. Perhaps it hasn't fully loaded yet. There we go. So let's connect to the Ender. Oh, hang on a minute, the Ender's not even on, is it? Alexa, Ender on. Always helps if the printer's on. Oh dear. So let's check that. Yeah, that's up and running. I normally disable the comms so it just talks to your computer, but for this purpose it doesn't matter. So we'll hit connect, and that now seems okay. We've got the bed temperatures and everything showing. If we just go over to control, we can now see the camera. So you can see the sort of quality we're going to get from that particular camera. It's pretty good, I have to say. We're going to do a different video on Octoprint. It's probably the best thing I've ever installed. Actually, it's really useful. There's all sorts of things. You can do time lapses. We've got a fantastic G-code viewer. I've downloaded 2 plugins, a bed visualizer, which is excellent. Yeah, this is my bed. As you can see, pretty good. I could do with a couple of little tweaks on it. I'll be showing the G code for that, because that works perfect with Marlin, the BTT board that I've got. But yeah, very pleased with that, but I think a couple of tweaks could improve things even better. This is my favourite one, this pretty G code. So if we just open something up, there you go, you have this really great visualization tool. That's a benchy that was put on a raft, but look how cool this is. Just amazing. And you can spin it around, just look at absolutely everything. I mean, I've only looked at these two plugins so far, but there's two. Loads and loads of others. Really good. Anyway, that's not what this was about. We were just looking at that new case. So if we go back over here, that's it. And obviously it's stone cold, pretty quiet, yeah, absolutely perfect. Very pleased with that indeed. And for 10 quid, how can they do that for 10 quid?